Hi, I'm Jeanette from Growth Unlimited, and I'm your host for this video. I am really excited to be here today. We are doing a series of videos on how you can effectively take control of your life, and in this video we're going to talk about a concept that a lot of people have questions about. The concept is bullying, and because people are feeling bullied in today's society. The direction we're going to take with this video, though, is not how to deal with bullying that other people are doing to you at this point. That will happen in a later video. Instead, in this video, we're going to look at ourselves, because ultimately, if you're going to take control of your life, you have to first control yourself. So the question is, are you a bully? And we're going to talk about some signs that would indicate that you do have the tendency or the ability to bully other people. If you can identify these signs in yourself, then you can avoid putting yourself in the role of victimizing somebody else. Okay, first of all, bullies have a tendency to believe that the most important thing in their life is what they want. They do not consider the needs or the concerns involving other people. Their focus is on getting what they want and getting it now, not later. Another sign that a person is being a bully is that they're trying to force other people to do what they want them to do, instead of focusing on doing what they need to do personally to get their needs met. They're looking for ways to make other people supply those needs or wants for them. They do not honor the same rights in these other people that they are demanding that people honor for them. A case in point here again would be the Black Lives Matter movement. They are looking for equality for black people. They are looking to stop the violence that's causing problems with black people dying. But in the process, they are involved in doing things that violate the rights of other people. They are taking the rights away of other people to have peace and quiet in their lives. They are taking the rights away from other people to have life. They are taking the rights away from other people to have the things that they need to have to sustain life. As they riot and loot, as they loudly and demandingly override what other people say, refusing to listen to what anybody else is saying, they are victimizing people. And so, although they feel that they have been victimized, their methods for solving that victimization are not within the values that they are professing that they believe. If Black Lives Matter, so do the lives of the other people that are around too, if you are living your values. Okay, and the next thing that can signal that someone is being a bully is they don't take responsibility for their actions. We'll pick on Black Lives Matter again. Black Lives Matter do not take responsibility for the damage that they are causing. Instead, they blame the people they are victimizing, saying it's their fault that these things are happening. If the law enforcement or the government or other people stand up against them and say, no, this is not right, you can't do this, then the people who are actively trying to bully society in general claim that they're being victimized. Case in point, recently I was listening to an interview that occurred after the series of riots right at the beginning of this particular spate of occurrences, and The reporter was interviewing a woman who had been tear gassed, and she claimed assaulted by police officers. She was outside a store that was being looted, and the reporter asked her, well, why, weren't you involved in that kind of thing? The answer that the person gave her was, no, I wasn't involved. I was in the car. My boyfriend was in the store doing the looting and the rioting, but I was in the car, and so they had no right to do that to me. Well, as the story evolved even further, she was in the car. She was not in the store, but she was part of the action. The reason she was in the car was she was the identified getaway driver. And it just seemed to me that's really interesting, because here she's saying she's a victim, that they didn't have the right to do to her what they did to her in terms of trying to quell the riot. And yet she was involved. She was actively involved. She may not have been looting and rioting as far as throwing rocks and things like that, but she was providing a resource to the people who were involved in those activities to help them evade taking responsibility for their behaviors. And that places her in a position where she was involved too. She was engaging in illegal activities. So why, if she's going to take responsibility for what she's doing, would she say she wasn't involved and that she was a victim, even though she was engaged in illegal activity as well? It's very interesting to me that people have a way to separate themselves and try to avoid taking responsibility for their actions. On the other hand, people in my own community, myself included, were extremely inconvenienced by the, quote, demonstrations, unquote, that were going on. The level of violence was so great that it made it dangerous for people to be able to go to certain areas of the city that I live in, to conduct business that needed to be conducted, to provide the support that they needed to maintain their own lives. And so, in fact, we were victims too. But rather than complaining and railing against it and demanding that our rights be allowed, we simply dealt with the situation and moved on. I know that I deliberately, during that particular weekend, needed to be in an area where there was some significant rioting going on. I chose to change my plans and not engage in it because I didn't want to be in that kind of setting where it was dangerous and where I might be included with the people who were engaging in the illegal activity. That is something that needs people, if you don't want to be involved in it, don't get involved. And that is taking control of your life. Now, since that weekend, I have been actively involved in activities, not just talk, but activities as well, that are moving towards making the changes that need to happen in order to avoid having that kind of situation happen again. And that's not bullying. That's taking the responsibility. If you are taking responsibility for your actions, you do not blame other people for the things that happen to justify what you want to do. You do not use mob mentality. You don't focus on terrorizing and destroying to get what you want to have happen. And you don't engage in illegal activities. You don't violate the rights of other people in order to get your needs met. So, the 3 signs we've talked about today that signify whether or not you are being a bully is, first of all, your focus. Do you focus on your own wants and needs, without considering the effects of your actions on other people or on yourself? 2, do you try to force people to do what you want them to do? Or instead, do you look at what you can do that does not violate the rights of others? And 3, you don't take responsibility for your actions. If you choose to do something and you don't want to be considered a bully, you need to be responsible for what you've done and accept the consequences and deal with the consequences for whatever actions you choose. Thanks for listening. If you found this video helpful, please subscribe and share it with your friends. If you want to take control of your life and you're struggling with ways to do it, check us out at www.growthunlimited.org. There's a link there on the top of the first page where you can actually schedule a free consultation with me so that we can explore ways that you can take control of your life. The consultation is free, and I'd love to talk with you about how you can get to where you want to be with your life. Growth Unlimited's mission is to help you have your life your way. We want to help you take control of your life so that you live the life you've dreamed of, that you deserve. We have a proprietary program that helps you do just that. Check us out by visiting our website and take our free assessment to see how we can help you.